Hey everyone, I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Fuego here.
And this is your Horror Show News, Editorial Edition, found here every single Friday where we discuss all of this week's top news stories, all related to horror, and we give our actual opinions on it. And not only that, but we get a little bit looser here.
Yeah, we do.
And we put the stories right here for you guys to see. And of course, Fuego, I want to start off and find out, what do you think of the Mortal Kombat reboot that's coming?
Better be R-rated. Better be R-rated.
True.
Because I have a feeling they're going to... Despite these games, the games themselves being so violent and becoming even more violent as the series has progressed. I mean, Legacy, kind of... That was the name of the Mortal Kombat series? Legacy? Or
The one on the internet, yes.
Yeah, that one I actually really liked, the way they tried to make it more grounded in reality. I mean, that very first, it was like a teaser where Reptile was like in the garbage of like the alley and stuff, looking deformed and mutated. I mean... I dug it, the casting was good, so if they can go for more of that tone, I'm all for it. I just want to see the actual violence that we play in the games on display.
Yeah, I agree with you, and if they do decide to go the PG-13 route, then it's going to be a completely missed opportunity, and it's not going to do very well at all.
Nope.
They're going to have to... I don't even remember if the first one was R...
First one was PG-13, but okay. I mean, just think about the fact that we've had R-rated video game movies now. I mean, I hate to point back to Resident Evil, but the same guy directed those that did the first Mortal Kombat, and so... Yeah. I think you can have an R-rated Mortal Kombat in this day and age. People will buy tickets. Thank you, Deadpool, maybe for helping to pave the way for something like this to be more faithful.
I would love to see a new, more grounded, just like Legacy was, attempt at Mortal Kombat and see it with today's technology as well. Like, that'd be really kick-ass to see what Scorpion and Sub-Zero can do with the CG that we have nowadays instead of what we had in 1995.
I honestly have faith in James Wan, though. Even if it goes the PG-13 route, they've gotten away with certain things.
He's done a lot of PG-13 horror movies.
He has, yeah. So, I mean, with him at least producing, we know he's a music video or
Simon McCoy,
commercial
he's
director.
Done a lot of commercials.
Donuts for features, but he's apparently directing this movie, so...
I'm still excited about
James Wan, creepy puppet.
Keep that in mind.
So... A project that has tried to remake itself similar to Mortal Kombat countless times and just can't seem to get it done is The Crow. The original film, fantastic. Even the City of Angels sequel was not terrible, but I feel like it got progressively worse, and they have had so many people attached to this new reboot, retelling, whatever it's going to be. Relativity Media, who was like on the verge of bankruptcy, they were the current people behind the project. They sold the rights, and so now it's apparently moving forward again, but presumably new creative people, a new director, a new star, like the umpteenth one on each side. So is this project just doomed, man? Do you think it's actually got hope?
I hope not. The Crow is one of my favorite all-time action movies, quite frankly. I love that movie and its darkness and the brooding atmosphere and the excellent music. Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic film. So if they can recapture any of that, but again, I'm not a reboot hater, so I'm going to give it a fair shake, but I just hope they can bring to it what they brought to the original and not the sequels, because those were just awful, but I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was most recently attached to B. Eric Draven, I believe is the character's name, James O'Barr's dude, and so, I mean, he would have been interesting casting. I'd lean more so towards like the Skarsgård or a Hiddleston or
the Luke Evans of it I was really excited about.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like a frailer rocker guy, not some big beefy meathead like Momoa, so I wasn't on board with that casting, so if they change it again, I'm not going to be crying in the ocean over it. He can stay there with the fishes. So.
For real, yeah. And for my next story, now, we need to talk about this Terror TV series, which again is based
Bring out the book, dude.
Gigantic. Look at how thick this book is, you guys. It's based on this 2007 book by Dan Simmons about a man's journey in 1845 to 1848, his lost expedition of the HMS Terror and the HMS Erebus, as they basically cut a northwest passage through the Arctic, which basically what that means is they're the ship that cuts a path through the ice in the Arctic for,
I was gonna say.
for people to actually be able to ship stuff through, and they get stuck a number of times in the ice, and when they get stuck, they get hunted by some kind of beast. I haven't actually, this is my personal copy and I've had it for years. I haven't actually gotten to it yet. So, because I know it's a lot of history, which generally I don't jive with lots of historical reading, but...
Yet that stuff takes so much research to get it right.
It does, and I should appreciate that, but quite frankly, it's just I don't know if I can handle it. But I will give it a try because I don't even frankly know if it's like a water-based sea beast or if it's
something
land-based
that comes on board when they
or like a
dock,
polar bear-ish type creature that's furry and can go, that's like amphibious,
or think of The Thing and the fact that it was extraterrestrial in a frozen environment. That could be a possibility too. I mean,
yeah, but
all
the
it says is
Frozen,
monster,
the Frozen
right?
did bad. They didn't like the free. It froze, so that
True.
it couldn't be that kind of thing specifically anyway.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see what happens. What about you?
I'm excited that AMC is developing it. They have a pretty solid track record. When I first heard about this, even though I didn't know Dan Simmons was behind it, I have so many friends that have raved about Hyperion and that entire sci-fi series that he did. Stephen King loves the guy. So, I mean, good author, AMC behind it. Creatures, I mean, come on, dude. I'm on board for that.
Absolutely. So what about your next story?
Next story is going to be a Snowpiercer TV series. More on the thriller sci-fi side of things than on the full-on horror, but there's a lot of news on all the various, bloodies and shocks and different sites that we consult for our information. And so have you seen the original 2014 film that had Mr. Captain America in it, Chris Evans?
I did. And I actually really liked that movie. It was, the set design was amazing. The story was pretty cool and gross, and it was, very 1% versus 99% sort of commentary.
Marxist-Leninism, all that stuff. You've got the peeps on the top close to the engine, and then the others that are freezing their tails off at the tail of the train. So.
Exactly. But I'm really into it. I really liked the movie, so I would get behind this project for sure.
Yeah, I guess this guy, Josh Friedman, who he did the Sarah Connor Chronicles, the Terminator Fox series, he's going to be the writer and the showrunner. He's also done stuff like Black Dahlia. He has both TV and film experience, so I mean, he seems fairly reputable, and I feel like there's enough they could expand upon in this universe where it could be intriguing. And so, nobody cast yet, nothing besides a pilot ordered so far, but hey, I will definitely check it out because the film was great, based on a 1982 French graphic novel, of all things.
Oh.
Took them a long time to adapt it.
Yeah,
but,
for sure, but still very applicable today, so that's a testament to the actual piece that it came from.
And the original Korean director is going to be executive producing, the guy who also did The Host and various other films. So good hands, I think, behind this project. Should be cool.
Definitely. So that's going to bring us to my last story, which is the fact that Paul W.S. Anderson is just about finished with his Resident Evil movies with this 6th installment that's going to be coming out in January.
So he says.
Exactly. But then he's going to move into another video game property, which is not only a video game property, but another Capcom property, Monster Hunter, which is a hugely popular property that has, I think, up to 4 games. Monster Hunter 4 came out this year.
Yeah.
So it is basically about a man, or the movie is supposed to be about a man that is a normal guy in a dead-end job that finds out that he's the descendant of an ancient warrior, and he then has to travel to this mystical world to train to become a quote-unquote monster hunter in order to stop the mythical beasts from that world from invading our world and destroying it entirely.
Interesting concept, but it sounds very familiar to my thoughts when it first came out, where I'm like, is this like supposed to be Pokemon for older kids? You got to go hunt and capture and kill monsters and all that.
No,
that
you're
was
hunting them down and killing them.
Yeah, well, when I first, it seemed like the next progression. As opposed to just capturing them, you're hunting them and killing them, as opposed to hunting them and capturing them. So when I was a kid, I remember when the property first came out, and that was at least how it was posturing itself. I mean, I like Paul W.S. Anderson as a director, even though it's total cheese that he makes. It's that like spray bottle of cheese that in the Goofy movie the guy's putting on everything. It's tasty and forgettable and fun. So yeah.
I've never seen the Goofy movie, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh man, the Leaning Tower of Chisa? You haven't seen that? Dang.
No. I haven't.
It's funny, but worthwhile nonetheless. I'm into it, I guess. Video game property.
I'm always into seeing big monsters brought to life on the on a live action sort of thing. Obviously, big monsters won't be live action; they'll be CG, but it won't be like an animated sort of setup. And there's like big dragon-like creatures, and I love those to death. So I'm excited to see what he can do beyond just zombies and mutated creatures, from the T-virus or whatever.
Yeah, and he showed us with Event Horizon, even though that was way back in between Mortal Kombat and the Resident Evil films, that I think he's a good filmmaker.
He's excellent, yeah.
Just like with Michael Bay, he may make a lot of crap, but he has talent and he can do good stuff. So
true. I'm
on board. And speaking of more creatures of the big variety, the kind that me and this guy like so much, Kong Skull Island. First, full trailer. I guess the Comic-Con was considered more of a teaser. And this trailer, unfortunately, you're not going to be seeing a trailer reaction from us because it was spoiled for the both of us at various occasions. But it's a fun trailer. It showed more of a multifaceted feel. There's humor. There were scares, more big creatures. We know Kong isn't going to be the only one on the island, which is what got me the most excited.
Giant reptilian kind of things that aren't quite dinosaurs, but they're like gigantic gecko-type looking things. I don't know, but I'm into it.
John C. Reilly called them, and he's like, I've never said that name.
Skull crawlers.
Crusher or something. He's like, I've never said that out loud. It sounds dumb now that I think about it.
Yeah. And so there you go. John C. Reilly showing off some of his, because he wasn't in the teaser trailer.
Nope. Which was really serious, and this had more of a well-rounded feel, like I was saying. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Which made me like it better.
And there was way more Kong. We got a lot more Kong, and he's huge. And it's pretty cool to see him on that scale. It's like, when people talk about King Kong, they talk about him like he's always been this size.
Yeah.
But in actuality, he's only been like, a couple of stories tall, and now he's 100 stories tall. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I had like a Scanners type moment when I was thinking about just the cast of this movie. There's two of the guys from NWA. There's Toby Kebbell, who was on Black Mirror. Unfortunately, he was one of the best parts of the Fantastic Four reboot, but tons of other stuff. Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston. Like, this is top-notch casting, man, and it looks fun. It looks thrilling.
Mark Evan Jackson, for any podcast fans. He's in it too.
Yeah, there you go. Learn something new every day. So I'm stoked for this film, even more so after this new trailer than I was before.
Absolutely, I am too. So why don't you guys let us know in the comments below what you think. Are you excited about the new Kong movie after this trailer? Are you excited about any of the stories that we talked about? Let's get a conversation going like we like to do. But thanks very much for watching. If you want to watch us deliver the news stories in proper, sort of more nightly news style, then head over to youtube.com/thekingsofhorror, and you'll see us do it more prim and proper, and then follow us back over to our channel where you can watch us give our actual opinions on the stories. So thanks very much for watching. Fuego?
Yeah, gracias, man. We also, this being Black Friday, when this video actually goes up, we urge all of you guys to get on and purchase some horror show merch if you want to actually show some love and support and all that stuff.
That's right. We began a store, you guys. We have a brand new store. We used to have one. It went away a while ago, but now we have a whole new partner with TeePublic, and we want you guys to go and check it out because we have a lot of kick-ass designs that we made, as well as a bunch more designs of shirts that we didn't make, but you can see them on our store. So hit the link right below us right here, and it'll take you right where you need to go to check this out because it is some really cool stuff. And hey, it's Black Friday. It's the perfect time to go buy yourself some kick-ass horror mashup shirts.
Agreed. And also, it's good to just support young horror artists that are designing all this stuff, whether it's our own stuff or somebody else's. Spread the love, guys. Everybody appreciates it. We're all family here.
Absolutely. So thanks again for watching. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, Jaime, and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.